morning. It is Monday, August 14th, day 152 on the trail. I stealth camped last night just below the summit of Mount Webster. Just found a spot in the woods off the trail. Nice soft moss bed on the floor and in the middle of some fir trees. Kind of like what's behind me, this kind of stuff. A little bit of clearing. I found another stealth site as I climbed up the rocks today, but it was probably more exposed to the wind. The wind was blowing last night pretty good, moving my hammock around anyway in the tarp. But no rain. It was nice. Clouds are thick this morning up at this elevation. That's what the Mount Washington Observatory forecast said it would be anyway, but supposed to clear off this afternoon. So hopefully they'll blow through. There's another front coming through tomorrow. More rain tomorrow, but should be hopefully clear this afternoon. I'm hoping to make Mount Washington Summit by 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. It is just after 9 o'clock in the morning right now. Got to scale a couple of other mountains. Mount Jackson is next, but it's not as hard and steep a climb. Well, I know it might be steep, but it's not as long a climb as Webster was yesterday anyway. That was brutal. There's some pretty technical stuff coming up the mountain. Yeah, put a few pictures maybe up here of some of the trail that greeted me yesterday and this morning. But it was pretty nasty. I was listening to Shug, who's a hammock camper on YouTube, and he was talking about some of the cons of pros and cons, but some of the cons of sleeping in a hammock. One of them he named, and I can totally identify with. It is so comfortable and cozy in a hammock, in your quilt, you just don't want to get up. I didn't want to get up this morning. Put on wet clothes because they were wet yesterday. They don't dry out overnight. It was cool. It was low 50s anyway when I got up. At least the thermometer that I have on my pack said that anyway. It may have been a little bit cooler during the night, but I was fine in my 30-degree quilts and had the tarp in storm mode just because there wasn't room enough to stretch it out. I was tied off to several trees, which works nice with a hammock. And a tarp, a rainfly tarp, as opposed to a tent, trying to find spots to put your stakes in or wherever. Anyway, got a long ways to go today, and so I better get moving. It's going to be a long day, another long day. I hiked last night until about 8:30, I guess. Kind of lost the trail once. I was out on a ledge, pretty exposed to the wind. It started to rain, at least a cloud, misty kind of a rain, and I was getting a little concerned, but backtracked, checked my far out, so I was off trail just a little bit, found the trail again. It's just it was sometimes hard to find. It's a narrow trail, disappears into the scrub spruce trees, and you just have to hope that that's the right place. And it was, so I got back on trail, but I hiked till about 8:30 again last night. Didn't have to, I did have my headlamp on, I guess, for a little bit anyway, and then especially once I don't think I had the headlamp on for the trail, but I had to use it for putting up my tarp. Anyway, time to get moving. The clouds are moving through. Hopefully it'll clear up in a little bit, and we'll be off, and then begin our descent off of Washington. Not sure how far I'll get down the mountain today, but as far as I can, because I'm getting picked up tomorrow by Sleeveless to take me to Stratton, Maine, tomorrow afternoon. All right, time to push on. Patriarch saying, stay green, keep growing, and experience something new every day. Here's the view from just above the Eisenhower Loop Trail. There's Mount Eisenhower right here. Right passing there today. This is a little bit lower on the Crawford Trail. The AT, actual AT. There's a probably French-Canadian family, I think, coming up behind me.